Hello, everyone. My name is Janet Naklia. I'm a programs manager with Alberta Recreation and Parks Association, and I would like to welcome you today to sit with elders Darryl and Linda Brass from the Midewiwin Lodge to hear some insightful, gentle, and beautiful teachings about what it means to be two-spirited and what gifts two-spirited peoples bring to our community. So I'm going to start by offering this tobacco as is proper protocol to our elders today. And I like to offer this to you, Darryl and Linda, so that the teachings that you give to us today will be taken into the hearts of those who are listening, and so that they can also take that out to their own community so we can work to create strong and healthy communities together. So it is honestly an honor for us to have you here today. We know you're very dedicated to the work with youth, urban Indigenous youth. You've been very active with ARPA's Our Culture camps that we do and a lot of our elder engagements. So as always, it's an honor to have you here with us, and I'm turning it over to you with my tobacco so that you can share your wisdom to us today.
Miigwech.
I am a Sinapiasko Big Water woman. That's my traditional name, and my given name is Linda Brass. And we've been in ceremonies for quite a few years, me and my husband passed away about 2.5 years ago, and then my son Darryl stepped up and took his spot, and our family knows, a lot of the teachings, and I just want to share that in our way, in the Ojibwe way, we share everything, and we need to start with the smudge first, and I'll let Darryl introduce himself.
Bozu Nia Mustos now. I am Buffalo Man. My given name is Darryl Brass. We practice the Midewiwin teachings, and that's what we'll be speaking on today. But we want to mention that these are our teachings. And the teachings vary from culture to culture, from tribe to tribe. And we want to note that we respect all people's teachings. They may differ from ours, but that doesn't mean ours are right and theirs are wrong, or theirs are wrong and ours are whatever. It just means it's a different understanding of the way of being of two-spirited and teaching. So we respect always. So what we'll speak on today is our Midewiwin teachings around two-spiritedness and their roles in community and the ways they make community better and stronger. As my mom said, we'd like to start off today with a smudge so we can cleanse ourselves and be in a good place to present our message, as well as we'll be doing a prayer with some tobacco, and then we'll get into some little talks about two-spirit and their roles. Miigwech. Now, the smudge is a spiritual element, and if you do not have smudge in front of you, the smudge will travel to you. The smudge will travel where it's needed, as it's a spiritual element. It is not held back by the physical borders we have. So, Miigwech. Miigwech. Now we'll each take a little tobacco here and do some prayer. Do you want to just pray loud?
You can pray loud.
Okay. Miigwech Gishimanato, Great Spirit, Giver of all life. Nia Mustos now. I give thanks for this day. I give thanks for all the beauty that this day has to behold in it. No matter what this day has to behold of it, I ask that I accept what it has to behold in a beautiful way and bring it with understanding and teachings to be brought out of it, anything that can be brought out of it. So I say, I give thanks for you. I give thanks today to the grandfathers and grandmothers for all the work they do for us, looking after us every day and keeping us safe. All the things they do for us, we give thanks to you. We give thanks to the food and the water that we'll eat and drink today. And we ask for blessings with that food and water. We know that you aren't looked after in a way that we usually look after you, so we ask for forgiveness, correction, for the way we live these days, for the things we do. So I say miigwech for that. I say miigwech for your kindness, and I ask for guidance today in my words, that I speak only truth, love, and kindness to the people, so that they learn in a good way. Ha miigwech, come on, manon. Now I give thanks to the Mother Earth for all her love and kindness, for everything she does for us. We give thanks for the water of life. We give thanks for the time of her rest when the white blanket covers her in this part of the Turtle Island. And we ask for beauty, love, and strength for you, and we ask for healing for you. And we ask for a day to come again when we walk on you in a proper way with love and respect for each other, and love and respect for you, as well as all creation. Ha miigwech, kakia wakamona, all relations. Okay, welcome.
Okay, miigwech. I'm very thankful to be here to talk a little bit about Midewiwin way of teachings and sharing our ceremonies with you. In our traditional ways, our teachings say that we are two-spirited. We got two. The right is a female and the left is male. We got that spirit and that energy as babies when we're born, and it comes from that teaching. And all of us, if we didn't have these two teachings on the male and the female, and we would become very lost, because we wouldn't know where to go and what to do, and people are hurting nowadays with drugs and alcohol, and a lot of family is the mothers, the dads, the aunts, or some of the family will throw them away because they think they're dirty, or they're that's not right for them to do those things. But we are not the creator. We don't make judgment on anybody. We accept for people for who they are. My youngest son is a gay man, and his partner, and when I first heard about it, I started crying, and I was very selfish. I was crying because I thought he'd never give me children, but that's fine too. And then I heard of so many stories that people has taken their life because being two-spirited. And I cried, and then I let it go, because I wouldn't want one of my sons ever abuse himself and take their life that way. And, we need to be strong for them. They think that they're unloved and unwanted, but they are loved. Especially in the spiritual world, the Creator looks down at them and pities them, and tries to put them in safe places. And other people, because of, I don't know how to say it, but a long time ago, you had to be prim and proper and stuff like that, and was, really condoned that those kind of people were sick in the head and stuff like that. But that's not true. The spirit doesn't get sick in the head. It's the people who carry, that negative energy towards people and to the youth. And right now I ask for lots of prayers for the youth and the parents and the family, that they're coming out and saying, this is who I am. And we respect it. And when they come into our ceremonies and lodges, they are given that right to wear either their skirts or their ribbon shirts. And that's a choice they need to make by themselves. They can go either way at any time. And they're welcome. All people are welcome in the Creator's life and the teachings and the ceremonies. So if I will let Darryl continue for a while, because I'm just getting tired, lazy. I know, yeah.
Boju Nia Mustas now. Thank you, Kupum, for sharing with us, and for the prayer to start there. Thinking about two-spiritedness. Well, first of all, two-spirit, well, that's a contemporary word to explain a person's way of being, what they identify as. So this just is a way of identifying our gay people and our queer people, and it's a contemporary word. As far as I know, in our traditional ways, we didn't use the word two-spirited in our teachings. We would say Witagugon, or just simply opposite is what that meant, contrary to what is normal, And traditionally, these people were always accepted. They were beautiful people. They were never shunned. They were beautiful people, and they're accepted for who they were. And, some people say that in some of Native cultures, They say that they were medicine people, they were special people and stuff. But from what I understand from the teachings I received, they're just respected and treated like everybody else, and they they lived a normal life like everybody else. They were equals. They were not above or below. That is our teachings. We're all equal. So they were held as equals. It was when European contact happened, when our people started to take on Christian idealisms, where Two-Spirit people were wrong, and it was wrong to do so, and they were pushed aside, and they're treated like they were not as good as the rest of us, and that was wrong. And traditionally, this was not the way we lived. We accepted them. They were beautiful people. We They could live whichever lifestyle they chose. Like in the traditional ways, if say a female identified as a male, she could be a warrior. She could fulfill any of the roles that a male did. That was her right, because that's how she identified as. And same thing went for males. Males could do anything that a female could do if they were Two-Spirit as well. A male would be taking care of the children if they're Two-Spirit and this, but it was not just set in stone. There were some people, say, who were a male who liked to dress as a female, but also was still attracted to females, but they just wanted to find somebody who accepted their female half of them. So, but we were always very accepting of these people. And it's just since Christianity and European contact that this has changed. But now we're returning to a way of acceptance and beauty and love and kindness, especially when it comes to our ceremonies. We're very inclusive and accepting of all people. And when you come to our ceremony, you choose what you identify as, and we do not tell you where you sit or where you belong. You know where you belong, so you have that right in our ceremonies to either wear a ribbon skirt or a ribbon shirt, or either or both. There's no set standard in our ways, and you're respected for who you are as a person. And when it comes to sweat lodges and different things, you can sit either on the male side or the female side, whichever you're most comfortable with. And in our ways, like my mom spoke to, all of us carry male and female energy within us. Halfway down the middle of us, we are male and female. We come from both male and female. We did not just come from one or the other. So we are all male and female. We all have those aspects within us. And a Two-Spirit young person once asked me, how can I carry a pipe if I'm Two-Spirited? What pipe do I carry? And I had to tell them that teaching that we all have that within us. So it's just what you identify with or what an elder gifts you to. It doesn't mean that you have to be that person or whatever. It just means that that's the gift that you're given and you use it in that way. But that doesn't change who you identify as. So Two-Spirited people have always held very high respect in our traditional ways, and it's coming that way again. The problem these days is there's so much ignorance to Two-Spirited people and so much fear. And when you get fear and ignorance involved in things, that's when bad things happen and sad things happen. So it's all of our responsibility to change this and to educate people. We need to educate people about what Two-Spirited is and get rid of this fear. The more we can educate people, the more people will have understanding. And when you have understanding, you can get rid of those fears and sexist ways of being and idealisms, and open yourself up to new things. But we need to do this through kindness. Any way we heal people, we have to do it through kindness. I know many of our Two-Spirit people have been hurt, and I'm sorry for that, and that's very sad. But to expect something good out of anger, you'll never receive that. You need to work with people with kindness and work in a kind way to help them heal and to give them understanding. But it is up to all of us to do that, not only the Two-Spirited ones, but those of us who are not Two-Spirited, who want to show that love, support, and kindness to our Two-Spirited people. So it's up to us all to work together to make this a better world for all of us. One of the things that the Two-Spirited people had in the old ways that they were renowned for was a different way of looking at life and looking at different things in the world. And they had a different out view of everything because they could draw on both aspects of their lives, on that male side and that female side. You know, a lot of us males, we think one way, and it's like, you know, say something bad happens or somebody hurts our family, I'm gonna go and get them. You know what I mean? And the female aspect, no, we should talk to them. And this, and the good thing about Two-Spirit is they can look through both lenses and find solutions that many of us couldn't at the time. So they're very revered for that, being able to look through both ways. And it's something to be proud of, not to be ashamed of ever. You should be proud of who you are, whatever you identify as, whether you're heterosexual, Two-Spirit, whatever identity you follow, you should be proud of yourself. The Creator made you perfect the way you are, and you should realize that, and you should love yourself. You should hug yourself once in a while and tell yourself, I love you, because it's important to love yourself and know that you are beautiful and perfect in every way. And it's other people who need to heal. That's the people who are hurting you. You always got to realize that when we hurt people, we love to share. We're always taught to share, but sadly, we love to share our negativity and our bad things more than anything a lot of times. So a lot of times, if I'm hurting inside and something's bothering me, I'll lash out at you, not because I'm actually mad at you or because I have a problem with your identity. It's because there's something wrong with me and I can't accept, and I put barriers up, you know, instead of allowing for information to flow to me. Like there's this thing where if your cup's always full, you should always drink from your cup of knowledge, because if you keep it full, you don't leave room for new knowledge to come into your cup and for you to drink of. And that's all the way we got to think about ourselves always, is always taking a drink of our knowledge, but leaving room for new knowledge and new idealisms and new ways of thinking. So that's what we need to do these days to help us all heal from what we've been through and our idealisms and what our ideas of right and wrong are. You know, one of our biggest problems we always have is trying to live somebody else's life for them. We always say in our traditional ways, we're not here to tell you how to live your life, what's right and wrong. You know all these things. Your life was given to you by the Creator for you to control. Your path is your own to follow. Our job as knowledge keepers is to give you traditional knowledge to deal with things you come across in your life and to allow you to have that connection with Spirit and Creator. And in our ceremonies, we allow that through allowing people to just be who they are. We're not there to tell people what they are, what they're supposed to identify as. We're there to gather together to pray for the betterment of all of us, so we can all grow, so we can all heal, so we can all come together and just show each other that love and respect. That's what our traditional teachings are about. They're not about telling you how to live or who you should be or what you should be. You know who you are, you know what you are. You are beautiful, you are perfect, you're everything the Creator wanted you to be, and you will always be. So, you know, in your darkest times, reach out, put out some tobacco, pray, whatever way you pray. I'm not telling you how to pray, but in your hardest times, reach out and remember that Creator loves you and that you're beautiful and He made you just perfect. So don't worry about everybody else, but what you can do for others is help them to heal so they can see the beauty inside of you and the beauty inside of themselves. And I think that's all I can share for right now. Miigwech.
Oh, Midewiwin.
And there's never shame in a person, because that spirit belongs to the Creator and to the Mother Earth and all that's in between. There's even animals that are like, you know, the same way as gay, or I don't know how to say it because I'm old fashioned, sorry. But the Creator creates everything, and then they're finding that, you know, even the fish is two-spirited. The different parts of the animals, you know, we're not just separate from the kingdom of the nature and life. We're with them, and we need to learn from them, because how much love do they give to us, you know? And, you know, don't be afraid of people. Learn to love them and respect them.
On that, I'll also mention, Cookham talked about the animals. Something I'd maybe you could Google if you like. It was quite beautiful for me to see. But they actually found a bird that they found was half male and half female, right down the middle. And the colorings, you know, how on the males, it's us who are usually in the animal kingdom all trying to show off and bright and stuff like that. So half of it has those very bright male colors, and the other half right down the middle is female. So what a beautiful teaching just from nature. Nature gave us that beautiful teaching. And if nature thinks that's okay, then why should we have a problem with it? So Miigwech, thank you for listening to us today.
Miigwech, thank you so much for that. And I know every time I sit with you, so I should also say Nia Muskiki Kihuasqueo. I am Medicine Eagle Woman, and that name was gifted to me by Cookham, by Linda, and Darryl's father, Darryl Sr. And I think that journey, sitting with you and over the years, learning new things, like even this teaching today, I was getting all teary-eyed and moved by it. And it just reminds me exactly that our cup is should never be full. And I just wanted to thank you so much for helping me on my journey as becoming a better human being, and for joining us today and sharing the wisdom that you have. So thank you so much for that, Miigwech. And I share a big hug from all of us here and out in the world. And so be well, stay warm, and we look forward to seeing you again. So thank you.
Miigwech.
Miigwech, thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, thank
you. It was
you.
our great honor to sit with you. Miigwech.
Miigwech.